Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Budji Ingini, everyone. Good evening, Nalawa. Welcome to the lands of the Walla Medical. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here this evening. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. And so he enrolled his daughter, Bulungari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name from. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here this evening. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by the strict sharing laws, which meant that the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, he found not a primitive culture, but an ancient one, where the people he described as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without tilling, or excessive tilling anyway, and clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, no homelessness. Armies were unknown, as were forts, jails, or even fences. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. Remember, this is not a dream or an ideal. This was normal life for the longest time, and not so very long ago. Now, I can't see any reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us, but we're a clever people, and there's still much magic in the world. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, and we are naturally a happy people. So share your gifts with the rest of us. Keep following that beautiful spirit inside that's got you this far. And together, I believe we can put together a country or a world that we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Welcome to country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan AO. Chancellor.
Thank you, Christopher Tobin, for your welcome to country. Well now, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first I want to thank all of you for coming. A graduation ceremony is a very important celebration of achievement. the achievement of our graduands, but also, I might say, the achievement of the university. So it's very good that you're here, and I'm very grateful that you are. I also want to especially thank those of you who have brought children with you. It's good for them that they're here because their memories of today and of the importance of today may one day be the thing that inspires them to emulate the successes of today's graduands. And their presence is also good for us, because every celebration is enhanced by the presence of children. Now, unless children have changed enormously since I was a child, few of them will be able to stay quiet or stay still for the duration of a graduation ceremony. And I don't expect them to, and I don't want them to, and I don't want parents to worry if they don't. They are most welcome, so please let them run around and make as much commotion as they like. And for those of you who have brought babies, they are entitled to yell their lungs out. We won't mind at all. Please don't think you have to take them outside. We've learnt from long experience that a baby who cries through a graduation ceremony is back within 25 years to get their first PhD. So it's a very, very good sign. Now, the most important thing today is that our graduands have a great day, and they will only enjoy the occasion if they all relax. Despite their mature years, some of them look still quite nervous as though they're about to go into an exam room. You have passed, you're here to get your degrees, so nothing can, well, sometimes things do go wrong. Often people trip when they come across the stage, but we've got that covered. That's why all these people who are dressed up to the nines, that's why they're here. They pick you up and send you on your way if you trip over. So please just sit back and enjoy the occasion. I hope that tonight will be a very happy and memorable occasion for all of you, because you deserve to take pride, great pride, in your graduation. Completing a degree is never easy, particularly for those of you who are receiving your second or third degree, and unlike all the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed young undergraduates straight out of school, have combined your studies with all of the responsibilities of work and family. So you really do deserve a great deal of credit. To complete a degree, you need a very intelligent and inquiring mind, you need determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. So welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. I also want to congratulate tonight all of you who are here as the guests of our graduands, because if you stop to think about it for just a moment, you've all obviously done well too. The very fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share one of the great occasions of their lives is proof positive that you've been very important in their lives and in the successes that we celebrate today. And I don't want you to think either that observing today's graduation is the end of your role, because I have another important service for you to perform for our newest graduates, as they'll soon become. I want you to make sure that the degrees they receive tonight are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. In other words, if our graduands are too shy and self-effacing to proclaim their own success, you make sure that you do it for them. Now, the ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. For centuries, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones our graduands are wearing tonight and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world which can trace their history back more than 500 years. Macquarie, of course, is a relatively young university. We only celebrated our 50th Jubilee 3 years ago in 2014. We proudly take our name from Australia's greatest colonial governor, Governor Lachlan Macquarie, a man whose greatness and achievements were never acknowledged by his contemporaries but only by history. Now, those of us who went to school in New South Wales were taught that Macquarie was a great builder. But in my opinion, his greatest legacy had nothing to do with bricks and mortar. In my opinion, his greatest legacy was the ethos he established, much to the annoyance of the then British authorities, of an egalitarian society. Because it was Macquarie's insistence that in this fledgling convict colony there be no distinction between the free and the freed that was the foundation of the Australian notion of a fair go for all. And that is the legacy, a fair go for all, that here at Macquarie we will always aim to maintain and honour. After our first 53 years, we now have more than 176,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We're now ranked in the top 2% of the world's universities. From our beginnings, we have defied the traditional boundaries of academia. We have pioneered and continue to pioneer teaching and learning approaches that challenge conventions and shift thinking. Our students play a major role in their own learning and are empowered to guide what and how they learn. We're also research pioneers. Our framework for the future, world-leading research with world-changing impact, is brought to life by renowned researchers whose bold and innovative solutions to issues of global significance are of enormous benefit to the world we live in. And by the way, that's not just an idle boast. I'm sure at some stage almost everyone in this room uses Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi was developed not at Stanford University or Harvard University or Oxford University or Melbourne University or Sydney University. No, Wi-Fi was developed by Macquarie University scientists in conjunction with CSIRO scientists. We're also rather proud of some of our new facilities. On your way here tonight, you may have seen our Macquarie University Hospital, which is only a few years old. The hospital forms part of a very exciting medical enterprise, which, when entirely established, will be Australia's first fully integrated academic health sciences centre under a university's leadership. It is the only hospital owned and operated by a university. And by the way, it is a phenomenal hospital. I can attest to that personally. I was a patient there for 3 days a couple of years ago, and I can assure you that the level of attention and care is absolutely phenomenal, especially when you're the Chancellor. So I recommend it to you. Other outstanding new facilities are our library, our Australian Hearing Hub, which is a world-leading institute in hearing and language sciences, a state-of-the-art media centre, a newly launched simulation hub for teaching and research, and cutting-edge science laboratories. Now, that's not to say that all of our lecture rooms and laboratories are first class. Unfortunately, they're not. But we plan to fix that, and in the very near future we'll be announcing some very exciting plans for a major physical transformation of our campus over the next decade. So we're looking forward, and we're on the move. Here at Macquarie we have a very clear and straightforward mission, and that mission is to transform people's lives and to improve the lives not just of our own students, but also of people all around the globe by the work and achievements of our graduates and by the fruit of our research. We want Macquarie always to be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And graduands, in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Well, now, graduates and ladies and gentlemen, it's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Mr. Andrew Boy. Andrew is Vice President for the Singtel Group's Corporate Sustainability and a talent coach to over 100 of the Optus Future and Emerging Leaders. Prior to this, he held various senior positions across the Singtel Group in Singapore, Australia and the Philippines. And these include Chief Information Officer, Managing Director for Optus Technology and Products Division, and Managing Director of Optus Wholesale and Satellite Division. Andrew was the COO at Global Telecom in the Philippines from 2003 to 2007, and prior to that, Singtel Vice President, Consumer Marketing, CEO of Singnet and Multimedia Group. Andrew also started and ran Singtel Ventures from 2007 to 2010, a $150 million technology investment fund. I now invite Andrew Boy to deliver the occasional address. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Andrew.
Very good evening, Chancellor, members of the faculty, staff, special guests, the graduates, your families and friends. Thank you for having me here tonight. I'm indeed very honored and humbled. I'm a person who values significantly continuous learning in higher education, especially because I started life off as a high school dropout. And in Singapore, where education holds such a high emphasis in terms of from community and society and business in terms of one's success and potential, being a school dropout was indeed one of the most confronting, challenging times very early on in my life. And being from a family who didn't have the financial means to pursue further education, in many cases overseas or as a private student in a private school, I did what was naturally right. I became what I call an independent student to sit for my HSC equivalent as a private candidate, not attached to any school. And for the year that followed after being kicked out of school, actually, I was blending in and out of my school without having paid school fees, using the library, reading and learning everything and anything that was of interest to me. I discovered I actually learned very differently, which was one of the reasons why I probably didn't do well and got kicked out of school in the first place. I shared my new knowledge with my ex-classmates, and they in turn shared with me their lecture notes and their tutorial notes. The following year, I actually went on to sit for my HSC equivalent exams and did really well, 5 A's. If the school had kept me, I would actually have been one of the top students. A few years later, fortunate, I managed to get into the National University of Singapore and graduated with a Bachelor of Arts, first class honors degree. Joined Singtel, had a very successful, rapid career in the first 5 years, and the company was kind enough to sponsor me for a postgraduate scholarship program, and that's where I obtained my Master's in Science and Management from the Stanford University. It's quite interesting that today is the first formal occasion I'm actually speaking about having a master's or a postgraduate degree. You know, I soon found that a postgraduate degree can actually be irrelevant after tonight is over. I also soon realized that a postgraduate degree is not necessarily a badge of honor that you carry around and something that can necessarily make you successful. And I'll share with you 5 reasons why. And I'll take some poetic license to play around with, the jargon that we'll be a bit more familiar with, and masters of business and administration and so forth. Firstly, it's not the degree or the postgraduate qualifications that you have that will make you successful. It is going to be how you now draw on this newfound insights and knowledge. And more importantly, with this newfound insights and knowledge, how do you approach everything differently? Whether it's about yourself as a person, as a leader, or if you're running a business, or when you face challenges and when you look at opportunities. Because it will be this different insights and different application that would drive that success and differentiate you. And what I found is if you fail to do this regularly and on a daily basis, the acumen and the knowledge that you have picked up over the many years, in some cases of effort, to this degree, that acumen would soon be lost. And when you study something like a business degree or a management degree, it's one of those holistic, integrated subjects that you can either look at the subjects independently, but more importantly is how do you look at it integrated, be able to join the dots, apply that knowledge on an integrated business to everything that I mentioned. So the holism of the knowledge that you have, because business and organizations and society are not as black and white as finance and marketing and management. So that's the first issue, different insights and different application. The second area, the second reason why your degree could be irrelevant is, how many of you have a master's in management tonight? Right? In this day and age, management is actually passé. Management implies bureaucracy. It implies I'm the boss and you are the staff. Businesses and organizations and social organizations are looking for leaders and leadership. And again, it's that combined knowledge that you've got from your program, from your degree, and how you combine that, and how you are as a leader that would differentiate you and make you successful. Because leaders drive vision, they drive strategy, they motivate, they inspire, they develop people, they know how to bring people along the journey. Management is sometimes just keeping the status quo. A third reason, how many of you here have a master's in business administration? Starting to feel a bit cautious, right? Business administration, the title you have does no justice to the knowledge that you have. You're not there, we don't hire people to administer the business. Administration applies keeping the status quo, keeping things as they were in the way you've inherited it as a leader. Administration says that you don't take risks, you don't challenge. Business is not looking for administration. It is looking for leaders who can transform. So again, as you take your newfound knowledge and insights, what would you do as a leader to drive change, transformation in this day and age of dynamism and complexity in everything that we are involved in business and different sectors? How do you drive your organizations, your people to adapt, to be agile, to innovate, to disrupt? That is what, again, will make you or your business successful, not administering the business. Fourth, master sounds like a nice title. But mastery implies that we know we are experts. We have mastered everything there is to know. And what I found is that the higher you are educated, the more successful you are, the more you are a master at something, your success would actually come from a deeper sense of humility, of vulnerability, of authenticity. It's only through that beginner's mentality, today is not the end, it's only the beginning of constant learning, of constant acquisition of new knowledge. And what I've also found is, if you're a master, then people are servants. No one teaches you new knowledge. They assume you know. They assume you are the expert. And through my journey, I've always found through humility, through being as vulnerable in all our weaknesses and all our failure, people teach me, they guide me, they support me. And again, in this day and age when no one can know every bit of information for you to be successful in any complex business or organization, that shared knowledge and that wealth of collective knowledge that can only come from humble leadership makes all that difference. Fifth, last but not least, is business and management only for your success in your postgraduate degree? Is that only for your success? Is it only for the success of your business? Is it only for business to be profitable? Or does your knowledge and your acumen have a greater role, a greater good, whether that be a positive social outcome, a change in environmental outcome? We today talk about the triple bottom line leaders. We no longer talk about the leader who is a leader in the business, but person who can lead for positive social, environmental outcomes, to create shared value. So you also got to think, what is the role of your knowledge? And how can you apply that to something of the greater good? So in summary, 5 points to remember. Turn your insights and knowledge to a different course of action. 2, it's from management to leadership. It's from business administration to business transformation. It's not about mastery, it's about humility, and it's about the greater good. Congratulations on tonight. You have a fantastic journey ahead. Thank you for having me tonight, and good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Well, graduates and ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll agree that was an outstanding address, and I thank Andrew for it. It was certainly a challenging address, but there was lots of good advice there, and of course he's right. The very fact that you have another piece of paper really means nothing unless you use the insights that you have gained in obtaining that piece of paper well. And that really is not automatic. I perhaps shouldn't say this as a Chancellor of a university, but one of the dumbest people I ever met, one of the most stupid people I ever met, had a string of degrees. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be a huge success in the world or make a difference in the world. That's really up to how you apply the insights and knowledge that you have acquired. I think Andrew's done very well for someone who was a high school dropout. And by the way, he's one of our neighbours. Optus is just across the road here at Ryde. And Andrew's master's degree comes from Stanford University. And Stanford was the model that was set for Macquarie when it was established just over 50 years ago. The government of New South Wales determined that Macquarie was going to be the Stanford of the Southern Hemisphere. In other words, a university of engagement with business and commerce. And for a long time, I think we failed to live up to that mission, but in recent years we have tried to get back on track. I think Andrew deserves another great round of applause. Now, graduates or graduands, I mentioned earlier that there was nothing for you to be nervous about tonight, but this, now that we come to the central part of the evening, the reason we're here, the conferring of degrees, it is, I must admit, the one part of the ceremony that makes me just a trifle nervous, because I was informed by one of Australia's leading legal authorities many years ago that if I conferred a degree on someone who was not entitled to receive it, it was very, 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 very difficult for me to take it back. So I have to get an assurance from the acting registrar over there, Kim Gurin, who I'm going to ask to formally certify that you've met all of the eligibility requirements of a degree, and I need her to give me an ironclad assurance that none of you have ever been late in submitting an assignment or have ever missed a class. Kim, can you give me that guarantee, please?
Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand? That's you guys.
Graduands, in the name of the Council of Macquarie University and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Please be seated. Chancellor, the graduates of this ceremony are from the Faculty of Business and Economics. I now call on Professor Norma Harrison, Acting Dean and Professor in Management, Macquarie Graduate School of Management, to present the graduates. Professor Harrison.
Chancellor, the graduates of this ceremony are from the Macquarie Graduate School of Management. The Macquarie Graduate School of Management has a comprehensive suite of postgraduate customized corporate and executive education programs which cover a wide range of contemporary disciplines, offering participants an opportunity to specialize or to develop the skills required for a career in general management. By linking practical real-world experience with leading management theories and principles from around the globe, the school provides executives with a learning experience that transcends the traditional boundaries of a business school. In 2017, MGSM was once again ranked the #1 school in Australia by the Financial Times World MBA ranking. The school is one of only 3 Australian business schools to make the prestigious Top 100, and the only Australian business school to make the Top 50. Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Macquarie Graduate School of Management, whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. Samuel Antonio. Hawaida Azer. Gregory Stewart Bell. Chirag Sunil Bambadi. Jared Michael Bingard. Catherine Louise Binks. Carly Patricia Basala. Marcus William Carroll. Susan Ann Catania. Amy Chan. Thomas Kaku-chan. Paul Jianghua-chan. Jeffrey Scott Cotty. Alan George does one. Diana Dragomirovic. Mason Elias. Scott Ellis. Mark Adam Fisher. Adam Fulton. Morris Garson. Talal Gattas. Darren Gray. Matthew Joseph Gregg. Jyotsna Gudipati. Henry Ha. Andrew Robert James. Christina Anila Yanda. Wendy Diane Jenkins. Jiawei Jin. Murray James Johnson. Catherine Joyce. Arti Devji Joshi. Ankit Kapoor. Anupam Kaushal. Andrew Yu Chiang Ko. Jin Ji Kong. Vijaya Prabhakar Raju Kodlanka. Gajendra Kumasiri. Xiaoliang Li. Maria Paula Londono Vargas. Yu Ma. Scott Leslie Mackenzie. Stephen James Mannix. Rachel Ann Mormill. Robert William Macaulay. Jonathan Reese MacDonald. Jigish Pravinchandra Mehta. Katrina Amy Mottram. Raul Narayan. Alana Newbrook. Kong Drun Nguyen. Shaji Obedullah. Pang Wai Lam. Alfred Navraj Paul. Neil Peter Pekotich. Mark Pavkovich. Witanage Asanta Indica Pereira. William Peter Pickering Rodriguez. Dharmendra Prasad. Saadullah Kudrat. Jaimini Ramanathan. Christopher Redfern. Tammy Riak. Haley Patricia Robertson. Matthew Glenn Ronald. Kirk Gregory Rosedale. Leonard Leslie Rowe. Benjamin Brewer. Nabil Samet. Shurav Ahmed Sarwa. Daniel Ashan Senati Raja. Ashrif Sharma. Hitesh Sharma. Jacob William Smith. Gladys So. Rafat Sumrin. Anita Siujian Steyer. Daniel James Thackeray. Amelia Jane Tai. Jorge Manuel Torres Lopez. Ivan Verano Avila. Ian Waite. Sean Magnus Wengel. Jenny Chinyuru. Stanley Yu. Yao Zdravkovsky. Liam Delaney Zeller. Victor Sean Christie. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Management. Arumanayagam Albert Simpson Agnus. Tejas Bakulek. Ahmed Sayam Famid Haidar. Vishal Prakash Patil. Ajay Kumar Raghuraman. Priyatna Sankarana Rayaran. Rail Aslam Sheikh. I present the diplomate awarded the postgraduate diploma of management, Shane Howe. I present diplomates awarded the Graduate Diploma of Management. Mark Baseman. Daniel Richard Flannery. John Yao Chung Lee. Shilpa Sabawal. Alan John Townsend. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Research, Simran Talwar, for a thesis entitled A Macro Investigation into the Evidence for Circular Economy Initiatives in India, National Policy, Key Indicators, and Future Implications. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Tamsin Kathleen Dorflin, for a thesis entitled Towards a Neo-Harvard Case Study Method, the Dialogical Development of Design Principles, and a Hardwired Humans MBA Prototype. Dr. Li Lian Weiying, for a thesis entitled Guangxi as a Relationship Commitment and Loyalty Behavior, a study of Chinese banking consumers. Dr. Grace Lapone, for a thesis entitled Retail Investor Behavior Biases, the Causes and Impacts, Evidence from Equity Markets.
Husband and wife. Yeah, husband.
Dr. Mehdot Punada, for a thesis entitled Identification and Analysis of Operational and Behavioral Risks Emerging and Propagating in Supply Chains, a Multi-Method Approach. Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics. Research in this faculty is cutting edge and innovative and feeds into teaching, giving students the best possible learning experience. This faculty includes research and study areas in accounting, actuarial studies, applied finance, economics, management, and marketing, whom you have admitted to degrees. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Ellen Claire Barrett. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Professional Accounting. Kathleen Ann Fajardo Uro. Xue Wang. Bing Yan. Journey Yang. Wei Chung Ya. Mei Ling Ye. Jiabin Yu. Jin Chao Yu. Xin Li Yu. Jan Jan Yu. Zheng Da Yu. Petra Heather Yuen. Hui Jun Connie Zheng. An Dong Jiang. Rung Yu Jiang. Wei Jiang. Yue Ming Jiang. Zernang Jiang. Yin Xing Jun. Xue Yao Zhou. Yang Zhou. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Finance. Jing Yi Zhao. Anthony Jared Carius. Chi Wei William Chern. Ying Du. Mark Sturgis Dunn. Kaylin Trent Foster. Scott Christian Headland. Andrew James Jauncey. Kathy Shui Fong Kam. Ekta Kaviraj. Zafia Khan. Mukunda Hanari. Felipe Kovacic. Jiali. Ran Liu. Philip Stephen Lucas. Andrew Charles William Mackay. Angela Victoria McHale. Pranoy Modi. Julian Xenophon Nikakis. Kun Neo. Marcus Olaf Ockman. Katik Panike. Victor Carlos Prados Valerio. Spiridon Premetis. Tara Elizabeth Prowse. Thomas George Roxburgh. Dinah Tang Wen. Hua Tang. Aaron Jerome Tirukuma. Wang Yihe. Sai Ho Wan. Wu Qiang. Shuka. Siu Xiao. Zetian Yao. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Economics. Chan Ni Singh Thakur. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the Bachelor of Arts Psychology, Sarah Jindal. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Peyman Tajali, for a thesis entitled From Beyond Good and Evil to Before Good and Evil. Chancellor, that completes this evening's presentation of the graduates from the Macquarie Graduate School of Management and Faculty of Business and Economics.
Chancellor, I call on Mrs. Alana Newbrook, who's graduated today with a Master of Business Administration, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Mrs. Newbrook.
Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates, family and friends. Thank you for the honour of speaking on behalf of the graduates in today's ceremony. I hope I can accurately portray some of the journey we have all been on together and the sacrifices we have made. It was back in January 2014 when I first came to the orientation session at the university with nerves and trepidation, a bit like I have now, as to what I was embarking on and questioning, why was I doing this? Looking back now at the person I was then, I can see I was at a place where things had plateaued and I needed a new challenge. There were thankfully a few familiar faces in the crowd that opening weekend, and I left feeling excited about the road ahead. Like everyone graduating here today, we all had our reasons for commencing on this journey, but at the core of it was a willingness to learn new things and to improve ourselves. For me personally, the MBA meant opening new doors. I had unwittingly done my Porter's 5 forces and analysed the external environment, the competition I faced at work, what the industry wanted to buy, and realised it was a competitive market out there and I needed to differentiate myself further. Some of the transformations we have made here today include moving to a new country, learning a new language, or just coming together to work as a team and achieve common goals. Each of us have our own story, but throughout our studies, our personal sacrifices loom large, and we've all learnt to better balance and juggle. Many of our fellow graduates here today have gotten married, gotten divorced, looked after loved ones, and have been sick. For me personally, I had a baby along the way, which presented its own challenges. In particular, sitting in the searing heat exam rooms, cramped over a tiny desk for 3 hours, only weeks before giving birth. But the positive side of completing additional study always outweighed the sacrifices and the things we gave up, such as the ability to watch TV guilt-free or read anything other than a textbook. Our degrees have allowed us to develop not only our professional skills, but our network of fellow leaders. These leaders will help us increase our sphere of influence and will make the business environment in which we work that little bit more familiar and a little bit more friendlier. Now we have the tools and the friends to support us. I urge you all to have the courage to go on and transform yourselves. The study we have completed has allowed us to reach the pinnacle of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, another useful tool set we have all learnt along the way. We stand here today having reached self-actualisation, having an acceptance of self, being moral, being creative, and with a true understanding of our inner potential. Today, I want to congratulate each of you for what you have given up, what you have achieved, and the endless possibilities you have unlocked. With this newfound knowledge, let's keep moving forward and pursue new experiences in order to advance ourselves and those around us. And as my favourite poet, William Butler Yeats, has said, education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations, Alana, not only on a fine speech, but also on your Masters of Business Administration degree, and congratulations on your baby. It's not everyone who comes to university and collects a degree and a baby, so well done. And I'm very pleased to see that your mother and your husband are here, both looking very proud. Well done. I think Alana deserves another great round. Well, now that wasn't too bad, was it? That glorious voice, ladies and gentlemen, belongs to Angela Brewer. And we're very fortunate here at Macquarie University because Angela sings at almost all of our graduations, and I get to hear her sing about 50 times a year, and I love it each time. But occasionally she can't get here, and so you're very fortunate tonight that she was able to sing at your graduation, because on the occasions when Angela can't make it, I do the singing. I think she deserves another great round of applause. And so too do our fabulous musicians, Dr. James Forsyth over there. And on the Chinese traverse flute, Dr. Chai Chang Ning. And I'd also like to thank the representatives of our alumni community who come along to volunteer at our graduation ceremonies to make sure everything goes smoothly. I'm sure you'd like to thank them as well. Well, graduates, this ceremony marks the end of one stage in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it is certainly not the end of your association with Macquarie. From today on, for the rest of your lives, you are part of the bigger Macquarie family, which is our alumni and part of the network of 176,000 Macquarie alumni spanning the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our alumni program, which is focused on lifelong learning, lifelong support and lifelong connections. Our commitment to you is to help you keep in touch and engaged with Macquarie throughout your life. And please, graduates, do make sure that you come back to Macquarie, either to undertake more study, attend alumni events or use our aquatic and fitness facilities, or even, if you like, to come and enjoy a stroll through our lovely campus, or even have a picnic down by the lake. It struck me the other day, there aren't too many picnic spots in Sydney as good as this one, so please come back. Well now, graduate, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it either, because almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces, and in your communities matters and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or a kind gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life or a great career or a great achievement. So as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I charge you to use what you have learned, not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I charge you to recognise the worth and dignity of all people, particularly those who have not had the opportunities that you have enjoyed. I charge you to set high goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. I charge you, wherever you go, go with all your heart. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Now, graduates, I hope also that you'll always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom, of course, are here with you tonight to help you celebrate. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm now going to ask you to do a couple of things. Graduates, would you now please stand? Now I'd like you to place your degrees on the seats behind you so that your hands are free, and I'd like you to turn around to face your families and friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Well, graduates, you can turn around now, but don't sit down, because just in half a minute we'll be moving out. Graduates, here on the dais behind me, of course, are representatives of our academic staff who've supported you throughout your journey, and I'm sure you'd like to join with me in thanking them too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment I will lead the official party out through the centre aisle, and then we will be followed by all of our graduates who will process out of the auditorium and down to the marquee overlooking the lake. And I hope then that all of you will join the procession down to the Marquee and joined us for some light refreshments. Now, probably the parents here tonight will probably kill me for this, but we do have some fairy floss for the children, so and for people like me. So please join us at the Marquee. I would now ask everyone to please stand, and please remain standing until the last graduate has processed out. Well, graduates, I wish you the very best for the future. And in the words of the old Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Graduates, good luck.